This is crazy. It's telling me I do not have permission to go live.
Oh, because on my screen, I can see it streaming on Facebook.
You can? Why,
Hmm.
why is it telling me that I don't have? Let me see. Are we live? Oh, we are live. Okay. Well, let's get started then. I couldn't see that. Sorry about that. This has been a long. Hello, guys out there. I couldn't see it from my end. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Nicole. I'm
Thank
glad you were able to see it from your end because I see it now. Thank you guys for waiting. Again, Ellen Sudderth of EST presents an EST Book Chats where we bring page turners your way. We have a 2-hour heavy hitter today. Please
Yeah.
forgive me for those um, things that has happened. And tonight we have our author, and it is Jahzara. And we are going to talk about this wonderful book. Uh, My Love Won't Last Forever. Chaotic Bliss, Book 2. Thank you guys for sharing, watching, and sharing. Let's get started. Backdrop of your book, and let's get into this book here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell the folks who you are and backdrop of your book.
Awesome. I'm Jahzara Bradley. I am the author of My Love Won't Last Forever, Chaotic Bliss. This is book 2 in a 3-book series. We focus on characters Nairi and Malachi, who were in book 1, Matrimony. Eris, who was in another book, Contradictions, is featured here. And then we have some characters who were only featured in Chaotic Bliss, and those are Shauna, Damien, Solomon, and Damien's wife. Damien is the mayor of the city of Gary, and it's just a lot of drama. It's a soap opera in a book, and I'm excited to be here for the finale show and talk about these. I call them my kiddos. Talk about these characters. And Ellen has gotten me back in the writing lab, and we'll talk about that as
Yes.
well.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff in here. And I noticed that throughout the chapter, I love how you did like have instead of like chapter 1, chapter 2, you have each character with their own chapter voice. So
Yes.
last time we talked about a couple of the authors, and I believe we left off on Eris, and now we pick up with Solomon. Now,
Okay.
Solomon, it was a lot to say, and then a lot of plush things that Solomon had to. Uh, at this time, he's director of operations. At this time, there's some things are going on, and so Solomon, he was in a two month whirlwind, as he described, and also is something going on with the company, Tranquil Moments, and he reflects on his daughter. Let's talk. We're going to take this real slow. We got 2 hours. We want to put everything in there. And again, guys, I apologize for the beginning of the show because I couldn't see what Nicole was seeing. And so he talks about his daughter, Madison, who is his anchor. Let's talk a little bit about Madison.
Solomon's got a favorite child, and it's Madison. Um, Madison is probably his favorite because Madison is Solomon and Kyra's daughter, and he was in a relationship with Kyra, and they were going to get married, and then she was brutally murdered. And so that was the last productive relationship he had, where he was being a stand-up guy and really getting it together and being a family guy with Kyra. The other kids, I like to call him a breeze by dad. He would show up, but not like he was for Madison. And that's when Kyra passed, then Madison didn't have another place to go. So
Hmm.
it's him and Madison who have to get through this grief and adjustment without Kyra. And Solomon's mom steps in and helps a lot because Solomon is present for a present, just
Hmm.
present, if that makes sense. And so
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's getting it together slowly but surely, but it is a lot to go through from his standpoint.
Yeah, you see, like I say, the characters, they all kind of intertwine within each other's story. And so at this particular time, still talking about Solomon, Solomon got a lot of meat in his story. And so Solomon now, like we said, he's director of operation and Tranquil Movements, got his daughter. He also was going over the expenses, the finance, and seeing that there was something a bit off because he had promised the company because of their down spiral that he from his knowledge and stuff that he promised to keep that afloat, but then he discovered that there are $10,000 in the hole,
Yeah.
and so he said it's not adding up. But then there's another character that we know that is associated with another person. We'll just go down the road with these. He mentioned Tyler Wood. Now we know him a little bit up with, connected uh, to Miss Shaw. If I got it correct, don't let me lose Miss Shaw. That's her
So,
child's father, right?
oh, this is Eris. So
Eris.
Taylor is Eris's ex-boyfriend who was running the money. He's similar to Solomon. So
Yeah. So
that
that's how I want to make sure I get those I hate to say baby mamas right, because I said when I seen his name Tyler Wood, and I'm going, wait a minute, he's one of the girls, he fathered a child. So it's Eris, and I'm thinking, well, I know who Shauna's them. So Eris, if we get to see that, and if they read before or paid attention to last week, you'll see what's going on. There's a lot of laundry coming up. So when
yeah.
you mentioned Tiger,
But Ellen, I just wanted to clear out. Tyler is not the father of Shauna's child. He is her ex-boyfriend that was there with her while she was pregnant. But Sean is the father of Eris's child.
that's what I wanted, and he just stayed so boldly in my, and that's why I wanted to get that. I said, make sure that I'm right on that. I knew that he was connected with her,
Yes. So
but
this
she
is
was pregnant
hmm
being with him.
yeah. Yeah.
Got it, got it, got it. So,
Her story is a little murky because
mhm.
but you'd have to read contradictions to see that whole dynamic with Tyler and Sean and the baby evolve in contradictions because that was a little murky. So
Mm.
here you're just kind of getting the aftermath. And so if you read contradictions and you see how Tyler's behaving, you might say, is this some kind of revenge for?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not even there yet. And I'm thinking with that because when I hear Tyler and him when he's talking to uh
He he
let
does
me get the when he's talking to
not
let me get the characters right now because you say they kind of murky and they kind of right. So Tyler was in a relationship with uh I want to say Eris.
with Eris, right?
With Eris. Eris has a child
Sean,
by Sean. He's double dipping in the same. That's what's messing me up. He's double dipping to where
yeah,
I'm thinking he's with Miss Shaw, Miss,
but that's not the case.
but
No,
that's not the case. Okay, so we see him to double back with him with Tyler Wood. He was working with the company, correct?
he was
And then he no longer with the company.
right.
And so then that's when we see Solomon give a call to Eris because he's trying to understand the dynamics of this working thing going on because they didn't really tell him, didn't even discuss the point about the uh, how the strip club was under the umbrella of
Yeah,
tranquil moments. And
right.
so therefore a contract was breached and
Yeah.
Miss Shaw and them no longer wanted partnership. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So Eris, Eris has a problem that she didn't even know she had. All Eris knew was Tyler and her were no longer together. And she thought that Tyler, because Tyler ran the strip club, he also handled the money. She thought that Tyler was cheating on her with someone at the strip club. She'll later find out that Tyler was cheating on her with someone very close to her that
Yeah.
she never saw that coming. So this is the one issue that she's so focused on. Solomon is coming into her business to help with the money part because Eris isn't good with the money. She knows that. But Eris doesn't know that there's a financial deficit going on. So Solomon discovers the problem is when Tyler left, it,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't only just break her heart, but he also messed with her company and her money. Now, it's not that he stole money or anything. When Nairi Shaw Chandler, who is Malachi's ex, but
Mm-hmm.
he's also a heavy hitter business person. Her family was funding Eris's venture because she and
Yes.
Eris had been best friends. The agreement was they only fund over the top type of above board businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eris got a little beside herself and was getting money from Grandma Lula, who is Nairi's grandmother. And
Yeah.
Grandma Lula is who discovered that Eris was running this strip club. And so she's trying to take Eris in as like a granddaughter and
Mm-hmm.
tell her, you don't need to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. She's not saying I'm going to withhold my money from helping you because Grandma Lula also helps Eris. But Eris got beside herself, and Grandma Lula was like, "Oh, okay, okay."
Mm.
So when Nairi finds out about it, she's like, "Oh, we got a solution for that. We don't have to fund anything with Eris." And so they withhold the money. And so the business has been used to receiving money from the Shaws. And Tyler knew the money got cut. But when Tyler left, he just kept that to himself.
That's
And
the thing. That's the thing. Like I say, not to cut you off, but just so I can keep remember this. That's the thing that Solomon couldn't. He said, why did he not tell? And at the same time, why is two friends so close and didn't tell the other of
yeah,
what's going on? So he see that operation, but he thinking it's befalling on him,
yeah,
and he know his skills can supersede this right here, but it's heavy on him, about this business and this thing, and he see that, you know, I think they say that, that Miss Shaw is a shrewd business person. And so he can see that. He saw that example when he made that phone call, especially when Miss Shaw told him that we gave this to you already. Tyler didn't tell y'all that he knew, like you said, ahead of time that this was not happening. And so that's what I like in this story, how you show that business and how business can kind of go under different umbrellas and have this dirty laundry that
yeah,
you have to be kind of deep within to find this. Is it important just for the business to grow, regardless of how funds is coming in? But when you, like you say, when you have the Shaws in there and they are very prestigious people, you don't want to mess with the Shaws, as you were
right.
saying. So that's what Solomon was talking about, and we see him in there. Did you with Solomon? It seems like what he's doing, he is now that he has that business, he's like pulling himself up, like you said, with his daughter Madison. And I'm glad you told me about how important Madison was because of Kyra, who
Yeah,
passed, and that's just like his only remnant of what he had.
yeah,
And so that is really good. So we see him on the uprise in that with Solomon. Um, and he wanted to be true to what he's doing now. He even, let's see, it's in there. I don't want to go too far. When he even talked with Shauna, because she has a child by him too, Malik,
yes,
and he wants to see, oh, this was really something. So we'll get to Eris and just save her, because there was a lot of stuff that, he had a heart to heart with Shauna and how he wanted to really make it happen for her. But then we see with Solomon, then here comes Eris again. So Eris and her and Solomon is talking, and we see. I have the book, but I wrote some notes down. So we see Nairi, and we see she talk about them being in the red, and she mentioned that her attorney did send those things. How important was that, or did they just kind of overlook it? Had not Solomon gotten involved, would they had ever known?
I don't think Eris would have ever. Eventually, the money, the bank accounts would have gone crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and she would have started overdrafting things. But it was a big thing because Solomon's been here at the business for 2 months and he's just really seeing it. So they have had enough money to float by some time before he starts to see, wait a minute, these books, the money, something's not
It's,
right.
it's
What's going
not right.
on? And so things are put together and moving for a while, but Eris had no idea. She didn't even know what was going on. That's just how out of it she is. Somebody always seems to have to come and rescue Eris.
Mm.
And so there's certain things she can do, but there are a lot of things that get past Eris. She just has no clue. And she knows what's going on with the spa and with the fitness portion of her business, but the strip club, she's always kind of been hands off of that, anyways, but enjoy the money from it, but she has no clue what goes on at that club.
Wow. And she did mention, like, she mentioned more than once. I think she mentioned about twice about how she always have people that she's in relationship. She want them to kind of put those relationships she had, Sean and Taylor, to kind of control that. I don't know what it is. Do you think it's because the of her father, and then we know how Margo, boy, do we know how Margo. Do you think it's because of that root right there that she trusts uh, her relationship and get that kind of cross with the business in the relationships?
Eris just has a lot of dynamics going on. She's super naive to a lot of things. She just lives almost in a la la land a little bit, where if a guy comes along and he blinks at her long enough, she almost feels like that's her superhero. And here, you just handle it, and I'll just do this, and just doesn't really assume a lot of responsibility as an adult
Mhm.
should.
I like the way when Solomon was talking with her, and he was saying it was a strip club. She said, "No, it's a gentleman's club." Whatever it is, it don't need to happen. It was funny how
Yeah,
they went back and forth with that.
he's like, whatever you want to call it is not going to change what it is.
It's not. And he did tell her, have you tried, to get rid of it? To make the company float.
Yeah.
She's kind of thinking about that. So I'm going to reset right here and then we'll talk about that Shauna, because there is wee, a lot to her. So resetting, how you guys doing out there? Thank you guys for watching, whether you swipe, share, look in replay time or now. I really appreciate you. Again, our author is Jahzara, and we're talking about her book, My Love. Do you have the book with you?
I do.
My Love Won't Last Forever, Chaotic Bliss Part 2. And that's that blur too, like mine.
Yeah, I think my background is kind of blurred
Yeah, yeah. And then like my, that was a little better. I don't know what I did. I,
there. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit of it. I'm sorry, y'all. We got the blur thing going on. And Shauna, when he talks to Shauna Malachi,
Solomon.
Solomon, I'm sorry. I just want to put Malachi in there. Solomon talk with her. He really have a heart to heart with her.
He does.
He really does. It's like he really care about her, but he can't take her no further than what he can take her, because he knows that she's in love with Damian Carrington, the mayor. He wants, you got this. He confronts her about that money. Like, your daddy left you a lot of money. You're in this house. You're just sitting down. This beautiful home, and it
Yeah.
was like he was being a friend at that time, you know, and he wanted best for her. He talked about, what is going on? Are you going to continue to wait on Damon?
Yeah.
He's married and nothing comes from that. And your dream is just a dream. Don't
Yeah.
even think about it. And how he tells her too is that he wanted, you know, get her working over there, where he'd work at. But what got me too was he was saying, don't have to worry about a babysitter.
Hmm.
No. He's making it as easy. Not only is that, you can look at it two ways as a reader. I can look at it as a way that maybe he's easing up on the funds from himself if he's doing child support or whatever, or you can look at it as he really care for her. Had you thought about it as a writer that that could go either way?
He really does care for her. It's not the child support that's the issue right now. Um, we know he hasn't been paying child support because he hasn't been working. Even
Mm-hmm.
when he was working, he would take care of his children financially. He may not have been a present dad like they needed, but finances he would take care of. But he's like, you've been making a lot of excuses
Mm-hmm.
why you're not doing this, and you're sitting at home, like you said, waiting for that dream to manifest that's not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-mm.
you sitting here is not helping. And so one of her excuses that she kind of used was she didn't and so when readers see how Shauna was at the beginning of the book, but one of her things is she doesn't want her kids just around anybody and any
Mm-hmm.
type of people, and it's a certain caliber of people she wants her children to be around, and that's one of the reasons why Taylor hasn't been in daycare, because of this element that Shauna's trying to keep her away from. And we see that Shauna is part of that element.
Yes,
That
yes.
same element you're trying to keep her away from, you're that element.
You are.
In
You
that
are. You are
element.
that. And she just waiting to, like she says, she wants this dream from Damien. She knows that he's married. He promised to be there and raise as a family. And then she dropped the big thing on Solomon, letting him know when he talked about, to just go rewind and go back, when he talked about, what your dad left you a lot of money. Then she tells him how much money she dropped for uh campaign.
Yes. Yeah.
I I
And
thought that was a big
kind of,
surprise. I thought that was a big surprise for him to hear it.
yeah, he's just like, are, are you okay?
Why would you do that? At this time you're paying for your sugar daddy.
Yeah. And so it's hard for Shauna to hear it. Like she knows it, but hearing it back to her is very hurtful for her and hard for her to hear.
Wow. She is something else. And when he talks about that and the co-parent with all this, even though they are, especially Shauna. Remember, I love to hate Shauna. He still shows something about her that she can uh she can do better. At the same time, he knows that she really won't Damien. He knows that she's not looking for nobody but that
Right.
to happen. And they will see in chapters before how he tells her, to get some more money from her. Damien wants some more money from her, and she wants to be first. She knows she has never been first, but
Yeah,
she wants to be first in that.
it does.
Shauna's character, you said you had a good time writing her.
Yeah, because Shauna in later chapters will become a force that really Damien is going to wish that he had never played with Shauna.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I can't wait to finish that. Mm.
Shauna Shauna becomes, I believe she becomes one of the most dangerous people in the city of Gary. Nobody sees her coming the way she's going to come.
Wow.
Shauna's kind of been like, okay, I played nice, I played the fool, and i- in the end of the story, we're gonna see that Shauna may have been the fool for 5 minutes, but
She come out blazing, full gun blazing.
yeah.
Wow. We got Miss Shauna when he was talking to her. She clapped her hand. I can just see that. I can just see that. Just see that when he was telling her that. And everything he was saying, I could just see that. And I told you, her character, the lady from Tyler Perry
Oh yeah.
show. And she had just clapped at every, when he was telling her about that. And she just, ooh, I was like, Shauna, I don't like you, but you go ahead, girl. I don't like you, but you go ahead. And I could just visualize seeing her doing that, just clapping her hands, to the rhythm of what he's saying, and just, I don't give a care, boom, 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 just
Yeah.
really putting emphasis. What made you put that part to just give her those emphasis so readers could see that?
I wanted to show that Shauna is not like Eris, where Eris kind of doesn't know what's going on type of thing. Shauna is not that type. It's just like, I made a bad decision with Damien. I'm not
Wow.
goofy about what life is. It's just I was goofy in that situation. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Eris is kind of like, I don't really know what's going on in life type of thing. And I just make bad decision after bad decision. But Shauna's like, wait a minute, Solomon. Wait a second. I'm goofy with Damien. I let him get away with stuff. You stop right there. You're going too far.
Wow. You got another character in there. You put a few more characters in there, and he is Jermaine.
Oh, her coach, Jeremiah.
Yeah. Is it what? Jeremiah or Jermaine?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. I'm like, what did I get Jermaine? Yeah. No worries, guys. Sometimes I make it up. Yes. Jeremiah. I was trying to remember his name real quick. And I think she handled that pretty well. Because we talk about Shauna, now she wants to change her life around. And I like the first lady who was telling her
Yeah.
about, she changed her life, went to church, gave her life over to the Lord, and now she was trying to do the straight and narrow. But we need some people who could be real, like Miss First Lady, was it First Lady May? Did I get that right? First
Uh,
Lady
yes,
May.
you know what?
The First
I
Lady,
apologize. I know she's the first lady.
hmm and how she was talking to her. She told her the truth, that when you become a Christian, those temptation and those body memories, you're going to remember that. You're going to have a harder fight trying not to than when you could.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Why was it so important to really show that someone wants to change their life around? At the same time, there's going to be great. Lady Marie, First Lady
Thank
Marie.
you. I thought
So
that was important because I don't think we talk about that a lot.
we don't.
Somebody is in the process of changing their life and trying to get it together, and we don't talk about the struggles that
Hmm.
people have. Somebody, Shauna it's real. She's like, this man is fine.
Yeah. Lord, why did you make him fine? She even said,
The temptation here, you
yeah.
know? And she's like, I'm trying to do right. I didn't turn my life around. I said, but whoo, this man talking about he want to go out to dinner. He looking at me, and I,
Smelling all good.
she said it's something in. I think it was important for First Lady to be able to talk to her because sometimes we look at people who have been saved a long time and
Mm-hmm.
we may think they're unapproachable or, and she's just like, okay, you're still a human being. That,
Exactly.
but you may have urges, you may have temptation, but it's about what are you going to do with it? And Sean
Exactly.
is sitting there like, oh my goodness, and she's really behaving herself because he's like, well, do you want to go out and have a bite to eat? And she like, nah, I just need to go home and warm up some leftovers.
And he told her she ain't gonna have nothing but some popcorn.
Right. And she's like, this man just, he done read my mind. He knows,
I
he
know.
just, and he's like, on everything she's coming up with, he's not saying anything that's provocative towards her either.
He's not.
She's like, oh, he fine, but maybe he just really want to sit down and eat a salad. Maybe
Exactly.
he's more into this. And so it's that internal struggle that she's having. And I wanted people to see that because I think it's a real internal struggle that people have. Hers right here was, you know, a a guy is giving her attention and maybe she wanted to act on that, but somebody else's might be you know, I love drinking a martini to a
Mm-hmm.
drink, and I said I'm not gonna drink anymore, and that's calling their name, or
Right, right. The different temptations.
whatever
Yeah,
temptation it could be. Hers just happened to be. I sure would like some male company. I'm a grown
exactly.
adult woman, and I.
Yeah. And so she see, but will we see? I haven't read, I got to finish this. But will we see um Shauna in her faith being that, oh, okay, when you say she's going to be one to reckon with, in my mind, I'm automatically thinking, will readers see in this book uh, the unfolding of who her child is by?
Yes.
Like Damien, he's mayor, and then, after a while, the campaign is going to be over. Is there going to be a lot of fur flying? Is there going to be some unveiling of who her child's father is, as well as her being strong? So, her gathering her faith, and me as a reader just kind of thinking, moving forward, pushing forward through this story that is going to uncover.
Yeah, readers are going to see that secrets never really stay secrets.
Mm,
And Shauna is not really trying to tell any secrets, but when it happens and it unfolds, it's going to be dangerous. The city is
wow.
not going to be safe. The
Wow.
mayor, you know, he's going to cause some problems in the city. We that
Mm.
Solomon is a part of chaos in the city. Um, some people could say some of the violence in the city is attributed to Solomon.
What? Now you got me ready. Wow. So, um, with this story, we know we have something else, and we wanted to make sure that you have time to talk about what you have. So if anybody on there, and I've seen you post it, and you could probably post it again. Let me see if I can. You're probably more savvy than I am, and post that in there. So we're still here, but we're switching gears so you guys can know what she got. It's holiday time, Black Friday coming up, and
Yeah.
also Christmas. So this is the reason why we had a 2 hour, because we want Miss Nicole to come show you guys what she has. So before I put it over to you, and the floor is all yours, okay? With
Thank
what you have, you're welcome, and how the calendar work, who would they see, January, February, and so on, and what's happening in each story. So hold on, I'm gonna pause a bit.
Okay.
For those of you that are here, thank you so much. Again, I'm resetting. Our guest here is author Jahzara, and we have her book, Love, My Love Won't Last Forever. It's a Chaotic Bliss, Part 2. It's a lot of slanderers, a lot of things going on. A lot of things are covering about Gary's mayor, and that is Damien, excuse me, Damon Carrington. And Shauna, like I say, I love to hate her. And she seems like is seems like Eris to me as a reader. Seems like Eris the is the star, but to me, maybe Shauna is the protagonist, but she's also the star to me. You got two stars, and she kind of takes over the story to me, and everybody playing their part. And the guys, it's just a lot of.
Yeah.
I think that Tyler, I think he's a good bad boy, and Solomon, like you say, they're parallel. But sometimes I think Tyler's just way off, especially when he was talking to Eris and Miss Shaw and all that stuff. And so we're gonna change gears as we said. So the floor is yours, and just let us know what's going on.
Okay. So let's start with Margo,
Ooh,
and we'll work to the other things. So I know that Margo was one of your faves, even though she was a minor character in Chaotic Bliss. And so Margo has a very juicy and scandalous backstory. And so sometimes when I'm working with characters, I'll have their info and I'll do what I call a cut floor. And so what I did was Margo was very detailed in My Love Won't Last Forever Part 1. When I first released the book back in 2008, I re-released that book in 2024, and I cut Margot's backstory from there, and I put it on my what I call my cut floor. And so I just left it on the cut floor. And so now I said, well, maybe I'll bring it out and dust it off one day, and Margo will have a standalone short story. And so, Ellen, you were the inspiration for me to bring Margo out of the cut story. And so she'll have a very short story. So it'll be on Kindle. It won't be paperback, but her story will be on Kindle. And she will have her own candles. I'm trying to, because it's burning now. This will be her candle. It's like an iridescent um, vessel. And I've been burning it all show long, and it is burning amazingly. And so with our candles, I'm going to blow this real quick. With our candles, you can take the oil from the candle and massage
uh-huh.
into your skin. So I am working on, I think you can see that, but
Yeah, I can
like,
see it. It's glycerine.
yeah, and so that's what you can do with all of our candles here at Nicole Bradley Candle Co. But Margo is going to have her own candle scent, and she'll have her standalone story on Kindle that I'm looking to release next month in December. I'm not sure when exactly. I'm trying to get an amazing cover together for Margo, but her story is going to be on Kindle, and I tell you, it is scandalous.
Wow. So we'll be able to like light the candle, listen to the story.
So you'll read it on Kindle,
You read it on Kindle.
audio.
It won't be on audio.
No.
Wow.
But yeah, the candle is amazing, and the fragrance that I put together so far for her is like really amazing because she's this upstanding uh,
Yes.
community, and her backstory is going to really have people looking like, oh, okay, wow, really?
So she'll
And
be December, you say? Or she'll
yeah,
be Dim. You starting right out the back with her. You got to come on, girl. Now these candles. Tell us about not to cut in because so they'll know because I'm listening as well. How do they order these candles? Does it come as a kit? Are they assembling in themselves? Tell us about that.
okay, so with Margot's package, you will have to order her candle separately off of the Nicole Bradley Candle website. And so it won't be a package like Chaotic Bliss. We do have
Okay.
candle packages with Chaotic Bliss. And so that is the book. And then the candle is this one that's just on my
Okay,
desk.
I can see it
This
now.
is
Uh-huh.
what the Chaotic Bliss candle will look like. It will come in the tin, and the book package will come together. And I'm
Okay.
only putting 20 of those
Okay.
together. So once that bundle is done, it is done. So
Okay.
you all liked Shauna and Solomon, and you want to read about Eris and Nairi and Malachi and Damien. So you want to get the bundle, you want to get the Chaotic Bliss book. There'll be an autographed copy with the candle, but I'm only going to do 20 of those, and after that, um, there won't be any more bundles.
Okay. And then the candles will be sold separately.
The
And
candle,
you got your website down there and the QR code to get those.
yes.
I got to get me some Margo. Y'all gonna want some Margo.
So I will put the website online, NicoleBradleyCandles.com. But yes, so and there's a flyer for Chaotic Bliss because that the Chaotic Bliss bundle is not on the website, so you can only get it from the flyer that's
Okay.
circulated online. And then we're so excited about 2026. And Malachi and Irie, I will be honest, are probably my favorites to write. I do like my others, but they're probably my favorites to write. And so I am doing a Candle of the Month club. It's called the Scented Story Club. And so every month you order your candle, you get a candle, and then I email you Nairi and Malachi's story, what they're doing.
Oh,
So in January, you will get an email copy of what they're doing, February all the way through December. And so our January candle is called Resolution Mist. And it's got fragrances of eucalyptus with spearmint, and I just feel like it's a great way to start the year. But every month you're going to get a candle. I will ship the candles off the 22nd of the month prior. So for
okay.
January, your candle will ship on December 22nd. Hopefully, it will make it to your doorstep by the first of the month. And then your story will also make it to you on the first of the month. And you
Wow.
can follow Nairi and Malachi the whole year through 2026.
Wow. Because I see them on Facebook. They actually have their own page or they,
They
yeah, because
do.
I see some of them. So if readers want to just like if they have they scent or if they just their scent candle and whatever scent it is, and they want to write any time of the day, whether it's, because sometimes I read and it's midnight and I want to say, "Ooh, I like this part," and I get to typing. So, can they do that? I know it might wake you up, but if they want to just out
Oh,
of the whim
definitely.
talk about the story and how they felt, because I'm definitely going to be burning it up after I finish the book. I'll be talking about that. But to have okay, so back to the ordering of the candle. So you said the QR code is for the bundle, right?
Hmm.
And so with that bundle, they're getting the story through email.
Right. With the Senate Story Club, that's the Candle of
Okay.
the Month with Nairi and Malachi. Yes, that story is delivered to you every month through email. And then your book, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. Your candle is mailed to you on the 22nd of the previous month. So you get the email story and your candle comes to you um, every month. I'd send them out.
Wow.
So I call it my dispatch date. My dispatch date is the 22nd of the month prior, so that you will have your candle of the month on or before the first of that month. So yeah, January is resolution missed, and we already
Yay! So we
started
can
working.
start like that. It gives you kind of a month to think about the next one. And so when they pay, what are the ways? What are the ways to pay? Like PayPal or just name those method of payments.
So you would order your candle off of the www.nicolebradleycandles.com website. And I know we have multiple ways to pay. Credit card, I believe we're set up for PayPal the through the website. But the website shows you how you can, make your payment, but they're all through the website.
And it'll go, how sometimes people are leery about stuff. So it'll go to their email so they can privately do what they need to do to make those payments for the candle, right? Or it goes straight to you and it's a private, where they
Yeah,
can put their information in.
it's very secure and
Okay.
private. So and I know it doesn't like some sites you think they keep your card or whatever because
Mm-hmm.
working on the website myself and I just wanted to see and
Mm-hmm.
putting in my card information and I'm all I have multiple businesses that I operate and I got distracted and I went to do something else and I came back and I don't know what happened, but it wasn't up. And I'm just like, well, I'm on my own personal device and I'm thinking like,
Mm-hmm.
well, you didn't remember the number. Because I
True.
feel like going back, but it didn't. So I had to, go back in and put in the information. So it's very secure. Um, the website is very
That's
secure.
awesome. That's awesome. So this is sounds like something that is really wonderful. I know I like the scents that I love, the scent that I really like when you talked about the eucalyptus. I'm more of a aromatherapy type smell. So I like those types.
Okay. Yeah, so you would love January because that is the eucalyptus and spearmint. And so that's resolution mist. But I also use this fragrance for a candle that I make called Spa. And I will tell you, guys
Ah, oh, I
they,
think I would love that too.
they love the eucalyptus and spearmint. Um, because you can take the oil and massage it into your skin.
Wow.
Some people massage it into their skin and they just love the way that it interacts with their body and their body chemistry. So that's a very nice one. When I first started playing around with that blend. I didn't think I would like it actually, but it's one of the favorites. Guys really like that. In
Mm-hmm.
February, we're gonna have Warm Sanctuary. So that's a sandalwood and vanilla blend. Um, April, we're gonna have one of my favorite ones, which is I call Serial Killer. It smells like fruity pebbles.
Oh,
It'll have the it'll have the little cereal flakes in it.
ooh, ooh,
Cereal flakes.
ooh.
Yes.
Wow. And then so you're gonna have January through December, right?
Uh,
Or,
So
or December, this December through February or through
so it goes throughout the whole year.
throughout the whole year.
Mhm. So we won't have a candle of the month in December, excuse me. Only thing that'll happen in December is January's candles will be shipped out. And
Gotcha, gotcha. Now
but
your candles, Nicole, is it just can they get them throughout the year if they want them? You know, even after this happens, you could do ongoing candle if they want to continue to. Because I love candles. So this
yeah,
is the 1 wick or 2 wick or 3 wick candle,
it will be a 2 wick candle.
2 wick candle,
Now
and
Marco's candle will be a 3 wick candle. Her candle, and her candle is a bigger candle.
mm-hmm.
Um, if I'm not mistaken, this is probably 16 ounces of wax in here. So her
Ooh,
candle is bigger, and you can kind of hear that. It's
yeah, I hear that.
so her candle is going to be more expensive because
Mm-hmm.
vessel is it's an iridescent vessel and it's very delicate. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a glass. So it's going to require some very special shipping. Usually when I do that candle and ship it out, I don't wrap it and package it myself. The people at UPS do it.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
They do
I
it.
know, I'm gonna be getting Margot in January. I'll just tell you that off the bat. Margot in January. And so I'm gonna really enjoy those two. I love candles. I really
They-
love candles.
I do
But
too.
I haven't like they have the particular name that starts with a Y. Sometimes I just can't even smell their candles. And I'm just saying why, because some people really love that candle. And so at what is it? Bath and Body Works, if I say it right.
Hmm.
Their candles, they having sales on there. And so I like those scented and those things like that. So when you mention candle, I want to really smell the candle because some of them they have a waxy smell. All you do is wax and they claim it smells good, but it didn't. I didn't smell anything. So I
Yeah,
want to make sure that I can smell something.
the thing about our candles is we don't use the typical wax that you will
Mhm.
find at the Y Place or Bath and Body Works. You can't do this with their candle. You can't do that.
No, you cannot. You
So
cannot.
our wax is different. And every person that's gotten a candle from me, they always say that they could smell the fragrance through the package, through the box. So that is one of the things we pride ourselves on. Our fragrances are strong. They do last. They're not overwhelming to a
Right.
you like, "Ooh," but they are strong. We do always recommend that you stay with your candle while it's burning and you watch
Mhm.
it. We also recommend that you trim it every time before you use it
Oh,
and you not put the candles on a wooden surface
okay.
because of the heat. Candles get very hot I know a lot of people don't think that, but they get very hot, and sometimes that heat can damage a wood surface.
Ah,
So
I'm thinking about around my house, everything is wood. My surface would be wood. So what do I do?
you could put it on top of something like to buffer between it. They make sometimes I have cute little glass or like cute little plates to sit it on or something.
Okay. Okay.
Just to be a buffer in between. And then I would say, always make sure you're watching, before a candle gets that hot that is doing damage to a surface,
Hmm.
there would have been some kind of indication. You
Wow.
kind of would have maybe heard something or kind of noticed the flame or something, you
Hmm.
and a lot of times when that happens, max time to burn a candle is 2 hours. After that, it needs to be extinguished. You need to put it out. And
Wow.
I myself am guilty. I've burnt a candle overnight and not had any problem, but that's because I fell asleep. I forgot about it. So
Hmm.
that's not a safe thing to do. So 2 hours is really your max time on a candle. You shouldn't let it go more than two. 4, I would say you're pushing it,
Hmm.
because again, you're talking about the heat intensity for a long time
Oh,
that
wow.
you want to be, mindful of. And also, I would suggest if you're burning candles, not have it somewhere where it's really breezy, like you got
Hmm.
a fan going or something. Just think, you've heard people say, don't fan the flame. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got that with a candle, you don't want to do that. And you want to be careful that your candle, and I know this probably sounds like common sense,
Hmm.
but like I'm sitting here burning the candle on my desk, but there's no way I would walk out the room with this candle burning unattended on my desk. You just don't know what could happen. And I got paper and chemicals and things on my desk. So you
Hmm.
just really mindful. And if you have children and small children, you know, you want to keep an eye because anything shiny they love.
They love it. They love it. I want to go back to when you said trim it. So you know how you light the candle and it burns it. So does it actually is burning it suffice as a trim, or do you actually need to trim it?
You For best results, trim it. And I know people think it does not make a difference because I was one of those people. When you burn it and you trim it, it's like I felt like luxury, like ooh, like
Just a regular pair of scissors, or it have to be a certain type, like shear scissors, or
now I
and
do.
how much? How much? How far not to go? So just at the tip. How do you know?
So before you burn it, make sure I would say trim it like a 1/4 inch down.
Hmm.
And then the next time, now I have a candle set. So, because I love candles. So I have a snuffer. Now you saw me blow it out because I have my snuffer right with me. But I
Uh-huh.
have a snuffer to put it out. I have scissors that I use just for my candles to trim and that kind of thing. So you can buy the sets. Or some people have scissors that they use, the real candle people have
Hmm.
scissors that they use just for trimming their candles, or some people even have what you trim your nails with, your nail clippers, and
Okay.
they have that just for their candles, just to snip it off.
Yeah, just a little snip. Just do a
Just a
little
little
snip.
snip. But you
Uh-huh.
will notice it burns so much better if you trim it every time.
I
And
did
if
not
you
know
have the
that.
candle snuffer and you snuff your candle out, I'm telling you, you are top tier.
So does snuffer substitute the snipping, or you do snipping and snuffing?
You're gonna snuff it out. So instead of blowing it out, you use your little snuffer to, put your flame out.
Wow. So I want to, let's see. Okay, we still doing good on time. So I'm nosy about your characters of the month. Can you give us a little snippet? One of your social media things, I won't say things, but one of them, because they kind of pop, you can have Facebook, but really it came from TikTok. But one of those, I want to say TikTok, you had a story going on. Would you happen to have that story where we can hear it? Or am I being too nosy?
Um,
Because I heard that and it was like one of the candles. I thought you could better. It was a
oh,
audio going
oh,
or
it was on TikTok. I know what you're talking about. It was um
and
me with Twilight Zone music in the background.
oh, it was so good. It was
So
good.
we're
Can you?
talking about Ivan Merrick,
Yeah,
book three.
that's
Uh,
book three. Tell us about it.
book three of My Love Won't Last Forever. So Nairi and Malachi, remember those are my faves.
Uh
And
huh.
so go back up in book three, My Love Won't Last Forever. And so last week we talked about how Malachi had gotten his riches and earned his money by doing this tell-all story with Raina Summer,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
journalist. Okay, so at the end of Chaotic Bliss, there's this interaction between Malachi and Nairi and so on and so forth. And that goes on between them. So book three starts off with, because Malachi and Nairi are always going to be together and have drama. But book three starts off with Raina and Malachi in a relationship. So I'm not going to fill in the blanks about what happened between Nairi and Malachi. You got to finish reading Chaotic Bliss, you guys, if you haven't finished reading Chaotic Bliss, to know that the relationship, yeah, it's typical Nairi Malachi. So in book three, Raina and Malachi are in a relationship and they break up. We understand as readers that this relationship wasn't what it seemed to be. And there's this guy, Ivan Merrick, at the center of the story. Now, Ivan Merrick has a score to settle with Malachi. And initially, he was going to just settle his score with Malachi, but he encounters Nairi. And then it just takes a life of its own. And Ivan is just, if you guys think that Malachi is a bad guy by the end of Chaotic Bliss, when you encounter Ivan in book three, you're gonna say Malachi's not even all that bad.
Ooh,
And so Nairi, I know we talked about this, Ellen, that she kind of has a thing for bad guys, that bad guy.
yeah.
And so Ivan is a bad guy that Nairi doesn't really see until it's like too late. And then she realizes that her family, being Malachi and her children, are at in danger because
Mm,
and so
because of Ivan.
yeah, and
Wow. And
she
this is a market, right? You got this. This is out. Book three is out already.
book three is on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to come back for that, and I'm gonna have to read that. But I'm definitely gonna give you something on this right here because I gotta see about Shauna.
Oh,
I don't.
you have
I
to.
have to see about Shauna because to see her come up from beginning of you telling her story, readers are going to be so upset as if she's a well, she just seems like a deadbeat mom. And again, I cannot. I just it's not. It's not overrated to say that she would be a perfect character in the Tyler Perry, that character there, I can't think of her name, that played in Daddy's Girl,
Oh, I
the
know.
mama, Daddy's Girl, but I can't think of her name. That character would that's what Shauna reminds me of,
Yeah.
especially in the Daddy's Girl scene and the way Shauna comes on like that. And also with Solomon and Damien, they both have children that are siblings to one another. I don't
Yes.
even know if they looking at it like that. And so in this book, book two, is there going to play out with Solomon and Damien,
Some,
expose, that they are both fathering the same woman? They know, but does the public know? Don't give it away. That right there, let me know. Just read it for myself. That's it, readers. You guys gonna have to get it, and you have to do it for
yeah.
yourself.
And I want to say this about Shauna because I think it's important because we see her continuously evolve. But I believe if there's somebody who's ever been underestimated, it's Shauna.
Because
Yeah.
Nyree seems like she come out, you know, blazing, but then we gonna see Shauna. But Shauna doesn't like I said, deadbeat mom, and all of the people, the characters, rather the readers will see they have some dynamics of their family, whether they having mother wounds or father wounds.
Yes, they all have some trauma. They all have something they have to heal from. And
Hmm.
some carry their trauma a little better than others, but we see all of them have moments where they're very caring and very together, and then we see them fall apart, but we see them all get back up.
I just thought about it in my head. I'm always throwing something at you. For some reason, I was thinking about Solomon. You mentioned it a little earlier about Solomon and Madison being his anchor, and her mom was murdered. I'm wondering, and you could tell me best, and I know I'm dropping some on you. I just kind of, we readers always trying to pull some out of you, but I don't know if everybody is as much as a handful as I am. But anyway, I'm thinking about, I want to hear Madison grow up. I want her to know about her father and, being there for her because she's left without a mother.
Yeah.
And I need to hear Madison's voice
Oh, wow.
because of him being her dad's anchor, and that's all he got from someone he really poured his heart into. I need to know what's going to happen with her, whether she's going to have a voice, whether she's going to grow up, because I just don't want her just there
Oh,
because it was so much happening with, it has happened to her mom, and she needs to know why, what happened. She needs to know. Maybe I'm just going a little far because I thought about her, and now you have him as might as well say, a single father.
single father,
He's
yes.
a single father, whether we didn't think about that at all. And he's, at this moment, he's not really thinking about having a relationship where it's of meaning or anything. I'm not saying he don't want to go out or anything like that, but I just kind of thought about that, and him being a lot caring to Shauna, and seeing that she's kind of Madison is in some way, even though she has her dad and her mom who's passed, but then her dad is still sharing a dynamics of family where Madison, she's gonna still be, she got Malik, that is a family line right there.
Yes.
So
And
I'm seeing all of that. So we got children. We got Shauna. We got Damien. That stuff is gonna hit the fan, and seems like it's gonna hit it hard within this book right here. Right? It's gonna the fan is gonna
Oh
or it's
yeah.
because the fan is fur is flying
The
as
summer is the summer is gonna heat up right now where we are in the book because we did 10 chapters. We
uh-huh.
uh getting ready to go into the summer, but we haven't gotten to the 4th of July yet. And
Okay.
when we get to the 4th of July, fireworks are going to erupt for Solomon, and it is not gonna be the 4th of July that most of
Whoa. It's gonna be a precursor of Fourth of July.
well, it happens on the 4th of July. This drama unfolds, and so it will be an anniversary for Solomon to deal
Wow.
with. Because it is the
Talking about Kyrie, anniversary of Kyrie. And
and
at this time, how old is Madison?
Madison is about
Oh, she's still young.
two, 2 or 3 years old, so in that toddler stage, and it's
Mm.
very dramatic. And Shauna, we see Shauna being Shauna, you know.
But she say her daughter is a hot mess. So I'm sure Madison get a chance to see her. Maybe, maybe not.
Solomon is working on
I
um
saw. That's
bringing
what made me
the
also too
family
think of that.
together. And so we'll see Solomon become more stable than
Mm-hmm.
he has been.
Mm-hmm.
But the moments when he's been the player of the city, there's a theme in this book that the dirt you do doesn't go unnoticed. And
Mm.
everybody has to pay for what they do in this book.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Mm-hmm.
you get to have high moments, but you pay. And so we'll see Solomon again pay.
So at this time, remember, Damien said that his wife was really ill. So is she going to pass, or she has already passed when he spoke about her, or he's still caring for her? Is she going to I know I'm being too
Mhm.
nosy. Is she going to be revived? Is she going to make it? Because some people
Oh,
do still make it with the stage four.
we will see Lady Carrington so full of life, so vibrant. Um, yeah, Lady Carrington is going to make some very powerful moves. And she's another one that's underestimated in this story. Um, she's not as sweet as we think she is.
Wow. But wait a minute. A little bit back, remember Damien, he wants, he said he doesn't trust his brother and his brother won't be able to take him on. He wants her to come, wants Shauna to come onto his campaign and work for him. How's his wife gonna like that? Or that's when the fur start flying up.
Well, his wife
I'm
likes
not there yet, but
she she likes it very well. Been very
that dirty, oh, let me stop.
she's been very observant and
No, he did bring her on and she likes her.
she does.
Dirty. I'm doing like Shauna. That dirty, dirty Damon. Ooh.
But Damien is gonna find out that he
Wait,
played
wait. I need to rewind. I need to hear this in rewind ear play time. Did you or did you not say that Lady Carrington is going to like Shauna?
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, she does. She does like Shauna
I know
and
she's gonna sniff that out. I know she's gonna sniff that out. Oh, and it's all gonna be in this book here.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm very excited for you to finish
Oh, Oh, we got some people on the
Oh,
Hello, how you doing, guys? I'm just sitting up here. I couldn't see the things here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know what you can see on your aisle, but this book is really, really good. Doc, I see you there, and Doc's a great website.
oh,
Represent your brand well. I believe your candles are amazing just from your website.
oh,
And Sadie Adams, thank you for watching. You guys are in for a treat. Um, and we will look for that, and it's juicy. It is so juicy here. Hello, Doc, good seeing you. I'm going to be seeing you in a while. Yes, thank you guys. He said your candle, it is amazing over there. Do
thank
get some of those candles. I will be getting some, Doc. And Doc, we are going through these different events. Doc is someone really wonderful there. Yes, yes, he's an author as well.
oh,
Wonderful shine to him. Yes, you would love his book as well. Check him out. Doc, put your link on there so she'll know about your book and what you do. And he gave you a heart for that.
thank
But
you.
this book right here is really, oh my goodness. I said it should be a movie. It is definitely written like a film. You would love to hate Shauna. And Mayor Damian Carrington is a trip. That's why we're talking here. I got too excited about what she told me. And when you see that is so devious. How do Damien get out? He already wait, he's got two things going. He's got Solomon keeping Shauna company. You
Yes.
know what I mean, to fan off the stuff. And he also had the audacity to bring her on, and his wife liked. Oh my goodness. I'm about to throw this book across the wall, across
You,
hit the wall. I wanted to hit something. I cannot believe this.
you know, Ellen, I had made myself a note to say this about Damien, and I forgot to say it.
Okay.
Damien's double life crumbles under the weight of Shauna's ambition.
Mm.
Damien,
Right here is what we're gonna see. But book three is they're not gonna be in book three.
now I'll wrap them, they'll be wrapped up so nice and tight in this book.
And chaotic too.
In Chaotic Bliss,
So they
yeah.
wrapped up. Don't be looking for it, y'all. Don't be looking for it like I was. She moved on to other ventures, but will some of the characters be sprinkled throughout there? Or are we going with Nairi, Solomon, and Ivan in the third?
In book three, we just
Mhm.
have Irene, Malachi, and Ivan.
Okay.
Yeah, we only
Okay.
have three major characters. We have Raina, who's a minor character, but she's a power hitter.
Okay, good.
She's a power hitter.
And she's the one that gave Malachi the dirt. So Malachi is not in this. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Malachi and Solomon, or Malachi.
just
Solomon is not.
no Solomon,
Just
just
Malachi, and Malachi is the
Malachi.
one. So in the other book, Malachi got his dirt from his, I guess you say, ex mother-in-law or mother-in-law, to where he
He,
got a story
right, which
from
he
Raina.
told to Raina. And so Raina is a journalist, and she used it to come up. She's come up off of it too, and established herself as a great journalist. And you'll see she gets a TV show and everything. Like she
I see what you
capitalized
mean.
off of it. Um,
Hmm.
and Nairi is really, in this in book three. Nairi and Malachi are on and off again, and so at the beginning they're off, and Malachi, I just love me some Malachi.
I
He's
see.
he's like, I think I want my family back, and Raina's like, what do you mean?
Wow.
And so
We
I
get to see all of that.
Yes, I would love to come back and discuss book three with you because
Yes, we will. I'm gonna have to put that in my cart and then start reading on it, you know, and then you
I
just let
really
me
would
know.
like to know which between Damien and Ivan, once you finish, I'd really be interested to see which one of them you think is something
I'm
else.
going to be taking my notes because, like Taylor, he got me all crossed up because he was at both end of the stick of these two different women that intertwine with him being in the story,
Yeah,
you know. So I'm like, is he the baby mama to here? He's over there. Wait a minute, he's in the company. What?
yeah, he was something else,
He was.
and Eris does say, I should know better about mixing business and others
Mm-hmm.
should know better, and you should, Eris, but to her credit, this was her good friend, and he
Mm-hmm.
solid, but it got really murky. It did.
Mm.
And
Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy.
always my belief when you see it's murky, because sometimes you don't see it until it's,
Mm-hmm.
but when you see that it's
Yeah.
murky, that is your clue. That is
Mm.
your sign
Mm.
to walk.
Mm. Could you put your post in there with the one you had in the on that beginning of the page? We're supposed to have that one ending, the one that had the QR code and the story next to each other. You put it in there so they could have that.
I'm trying to see if it will let me do it. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Girl, this has been good. You got me at the edge of my seat and saying that that fur is going to fly.
It
Oh
is.
my goodness, I cannot believe this. How did she even get herself to, never mind. I'm just, wow.
I don't think it's gonna let me do it right now. I will put it
Okay, we'll do it, yeah, afterwards, the story. This has been great. We got a little bit
on.
more. If you don't have anything else, you have anything else, or we're good, or we got a few minutes. You good? So to recap on the candles, so those who are out there who are listening, which story is which
So,
candle? Could you let's revisit that.
okay. So we got a chaotic bliss bundle that's going on. There's only 20 of those. That'll be the autograph book and the candle that looks like this for chaotic bliss. And then we have the monthly story, which is called the Scented Story Club, which is on www.nicolebradleycandles.com. Every month, you order your candle. It's going to ship out on the 22nd of the previous month. And then you will get a story with Nairi and Malachi delivered to your email on the first of the month. So January 1st, you will be getting Nairi and Malachi's story sent to you. Your candle resolution mist will ship off on December 22nd. So it should make it to your doorstep or your mailbox prior to January 1st. And then in February, you're going to get a brand new story. So every month you have to order your candle. You just go to
Hmm.
the website and order your candle. You can order all of them for the year in advance if you want to.
That's what I was going to ask you.
You can do it month by month or however you want to. So I know some of us have commitment issues, so you can do it by month basis. You
Hmm.
can go back. So let's say you start in March and you get the March candle and you love the March candle and you love the March story, but you're like, well, what did I miss in February? What did I miss in January? When you order, if you go back and you order the January candle, then you will get the January fragrance sent to you and you will get the story sent to you. Same as February. So you can always go back and order back months if you join the party late, but don't start from the beginning. so that you will know what all the hoopla is that everybody is
Yes.
talking about. When they're talking about their resolution mist candle, you'll know what that is. And so you'll have your candle. And then those of you who are loving chaotic bliss, remember we got the chaotic bliss bundle. You're also going to be able to get chaotic bliss um, in the Scented Story Club. That's our June of the month fragrance, and it's called the After Party.
Mm.
Yeah. And then July is called Hotel Lobby. I last year, Ellen, I went to Vegas and I went to the Aria and I wanted to recreate hotel fragrances. So I fell in love with
Mm.
Aria. And so I made a fragrance called Aria Prestige. But I also made a fragrance based on the Ritz-Carlton. And so that is what the July candle smells like, the Ritz-Carlton.
Mm.
Oh, and then our August candle, because everybody last year was so crazy about this fragrance, mahogany teakwood is
Ooh,
a
sounds good.
fragrance for August. Oh my goodness. When we send our puppy to the vet, he comes back, he's a guy. He comes back smelling so good. I promise. I think they spray him with mahogany teakwood when he goes, not to the vet, to the groomer. That's what I meant to say,
Uh-huh.
to the groomer. He comes back and smells so good. I'm like, well, they got you in here smelling like a grown man. So mahogany
Uh-huh.
teakwood is our library study. That is what the August scent is, but it smells like mahogany teakwood. So we got like a variety of candles throughout the year. We got some fruity, we got some florals, we have some more the aromatherapy, like our January resolution mist. So there's a variety. And then we have something just so simple in September, quiet hour, which is just lavender.
Mm.
So we have very exquisite ones, and then we have very simple ones as well.
Wow, that is so good. I'm like, okay, let's see. We're gonna have to get it all at once so we can remember once a month. So I like all those different ways they can do it and catching up and stuff like that. So this has been wonderful.
So much I have.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to coming back on the other one, and I will be finishing a girl. It's holiday time too.
Yes.
Sparkle up. I got some backlogs, some reviews, another review and stuff. But it is so wonderful to have you here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for going through the tech thing. And now I know what happened. I was already on and didn't know it. But anyway, that's under the bridge. And so we'll load this up and put this on in. Thank you so much. It will be because I didn't know what was going on there. Please forgive me for that.
No
And
worries.
thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you were able to get everything fit in. I was like, how about get everything in there? So, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. I know you have a wonderful holiday, you yourself as well. Be safe. Hopefully, have a wonderful time with family, your children, or whatever. And also that we all pray for those who just lost loved ones and where this holiday season is not so good for them. And so let's just be mindful and to care for one another. We thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to book 3. Have an amazing night. Good night.
Good night.
So, guys, thank you so much. That was author Jahzara, and it has been great. We did a 2 hour show so that everyone can get in here and see about the candle thing that's going on. Hopefully, you guys during the holiday time, if you are one that a lover of candles, do replay and look at that. Um, Things that she have there. You guys have been amazing. If you want to be a part of my 3 day show, do email us at mrssuds@yahoo.com. And also, if you are ready for the Scout Out shout out for the I'm Ready to Shine, that is our $35 show. We're going to be doing it on some Mondays, but we'll get with you guys on that. Don't want to keep you too long. Have an amazing night. Again, Ellen Sudderth of ESP Presents and ESP Book Chats, where we bring page turners your way. Thank you guys for the heart. And do share, swipe, and share. This will be uploaded on YouTube as well as Facebook. Good night, everybody. Thank you.